Right guys, the edge shed. And the edge shed has bitten off more than he can chew. I'm going to say it to you now. I don't know whether you can assemble this video with the bits and pieces I give you. But I admire British Land. They were bloody magicians. Anyone who could say they enjoyed working on that has got to be a masochist. Because there's stuff you can't do. You can't get those exhaust bolts off. I got 3 of them off by the contortionist with about 6 different sets of spanners and chopping one in half. But the back one I can't get to. Possibly from underneath. You can't get to the rack bush at the top. You're going to have to be a contortionist. It's covered in oil everywhere, so that's a nightmare. This side can get to the 2 outer ones, you can't get to the inner ones. Going to look into the possibility of coming up from thing. Power lock diff, brilliant. Got 2 prop shaft bolts, can't get the other 2 because I can't spin the wheels. Because I've got to lift both of them up, and I've got the jack holding the bleeding gearbox up because I've got the cross member out to drop that down to get all the rest of that crap off. So I think what I'm going to do is start and try and take the inlet manifolds off, because I was thinking about dropping the subframe and taking the whole thing out in one go. But of course, that won't work. I mean, you can't make this up, to be honest. This engine, was, by the look of it, look, new plugs. It's had a lot of work. It's money spent. New injectors. It's quite nice. It's got a brand new sort of bits on it, but obviously it caught fire on that side from that fuel pipe. Well, unleaded. So I think the subframe's going to have to come out anyway. So I'm seriously tempted to rip the subframe out. But if I take the subframe out, the manifolds will not clear the front chassis legs. So the engine's got to come forward. So I'm sort of toying with the idea of the front subframe, as you can imagine, is heavy. I mean, bloody heavy. The size of the bloody calipers on it. So I'd like to have got the engine out and then the subframe out, because I could use the engine crane for the subframe. But I don't know. Whatever we do, it's got to be quick. It's either that or I don't. I'd like to keep the subframe in it, because then I can keep it moving. So when the engine and box is out, I can strip what I want off it, and then I can hopefully sell it. But obviously, to be continued, I need to look at the other one, make sure there's nothing broken on the other engine. There's the pile of entrails. Getting bigger and bigger by the minute. But anyway, well, we'll say that, as I said, if you can make some of this, Lee. But I admire the people who built these. I think they must have been bloody geniuses. And I'm glad that they did build them. I just wish they were someone here helping me with this. But anyway, there isn't. So the more I whinge and whine about it, the less chance it's going to be. I've got Magna helping me. He's a great guy. Been just taken nice and slowly, plodding on, doing what I can, and when I've fed up with something or I've cut my hand too bad, I've then gone to something else. So yeah, it's coming. I'm going to get the fuel rails off. Where they're burning on that side, they're going to be a fight. This side, I want to try to save those injectors, so I'm going to try and do all that lot. I don't know whether I need any of that pipe work. I mean, it's a farce, really. It's got a combination of Torx heads, cross-point screws, half-inch, 9/16, 11mm, 7/16, 10mm. It just doesn't, it beggars belief. And the pipe work, well, I'm going to say something to you now. I don't know about all that pipe work. Obviously, it's got air conditioning, so that's part of this. It's got some sort of, I don't know what that is anyway, that's going to have to go back on. All the hoses, well, I've cut some of them on that side because I think they're damaged. This side, I've tried to save a few. But of course, I keep thinking I'd be an idiot if I didn't put new hoses, if I put this back together. See, look there, Torx head down there. You can see it. See that? Torx head. Look. Torx head. I mean, this is 1970s car. I mean, this is ridiculous, really. But anyway, they were doing it so you couldn't fix your car at home. That's why. Don't think it makes any difference to those flanges. I think from the back you might really get a wobble socket out. But I've got I've got 2 of the steering rack mounts, but I haven't got the other one. The rack's got to go down. They've replaced the gearbox bush, and they've pushed the rack against the power steering pipe, and they've broken it where it's, I don't know, maybe it's glued, soldered, I don't know. But that's what all the oil is around here. So the power steering must have been leaking like a bleeding pig. And so underneath it's got a hell of a coating of power steering fluid. Found some more rot in it. Yeah, well, that was to be expected. I mean, she's good, but she's also got rot. So we're not going to worry too much about the rot side of things, because I can, if I get the engine out and I get all that out, I'm going to shot blast it under there. I'll do all the welding. I'll weld the whole thing. I'll do all those inner wing weldings. I'll do the toe panels. And clean all the end seals off when it's up on the air. As I said, I'm just going to give it a coat of primer, hopefully, and then give it a bit of paint work, maybe paint the wing. We'll see. Got to sort of bonnet it. Anyway, we've got a sort of wiring loom. Oh God, we've got a swig. Right. Anyway, like, subscribe. If you want to see more of this dribble, then, hey, Lee, start putting some dribble on. If you want to see more of it, then please click that little button and press the alarm and make a comment. Say, where's the Mark II? Ah, yes, the Mark II is next door, and it's coming back in. Don't worry, it's coming back in. But I want to get this out because I'm filthy. I am covered. I'm throwing these clothes away because I'm covered in oil. I'm covered in power steering, brake fluid, you name it, I've got over me. So what I'm going to say is that if I made that disabled, i.e. take the front beam out of it, then I won't be moving it. So I'm going to talk to somebody and see just quite how, and I know this is going to sound bizarre, but I'm going to find out how they put the power steering rack back in and the exhaust manifolds on, unless they put it in complete. I don't know. We'll find out, to be continued. But my engine crane won't do it, that's for certain. So, we'll stop you there. Say, hey, can it get worse? Oh yes, much worse. Talk to you soon. Bye.